Hi everybody, this is Asiel Baez on Day making another video for you guys in YouTube. This video is called Oral versus Direct. What is oral? And this is a very interesting topic. Oral is a ceremony that was developed in Cuba to initiate people who are children of a particular orisha that does not get crowned or that was not being crowned directly in Cuba through another orisha. What does that mean? For example, in Cuba, because certain secrets were lost and because there was changes in the community and changes in the faith, certain orishas like the orisha Ingle, for example, the orisha Oba, the orisha Olokun, the orisha Asohano, in certain houses in Cuba, those orishas were not being crowned directly, so the ceremony of Oro was established in order to crown those orishas through another orisha, so that the person could initiate into the faith through another orisha in dedication to that orisha. For example, someone who was a child of Ingle would be crowned Yemaya Oro Ingle. So Yemaya will go to the head, whereas Ingle will go to the other side. I'm not going to get into the details of the ceremony, but Yemaya will be the crowning orisha, and then Inle will be given oro to. Oro is an expression saying homage, or an expression saying singing, that prayers and libations were given to that orisha as a way of initiating a child of Inle, for example, into the religion, but not crowning Inle direct. So it will be Yemaya Oro Inle. For another example, the orisha Agayu is one of them that a lot of people in Cuba would crown Chango Oro Agayu. So the children of Agayu were crowned to Agayu through Chango. Why is this done? It was done because of the lack of certain ceremonies and the lack of Ache, in my honest opinion, and the fear of doing things which I am against, totally against. A lot of people in this religion initiate and they lack study, but mainly they lack confidence on themselves to actually establish a ceremony, to actually establish a path or a lineage starting with them. So Oro became a more normal thing amongst the Lukumis, in which certain orishas like Oba, for example, a lot of people, if someone was a child of Oba, they would normally be crowned Ochun Oro Oba. So they were initiated into Ochun, and then special ceremonies were done to Oba, and the person will become a child of Ochun, but with a priesthood to Oba. The issue with Oro is the fact that if the person is a child of a particular orisha, they're crowning that person to another orisha because of their fear of crowning it to this orisha that they belong to. Originally. The issue with that also goes into that certain people in the religion do not want to do certain ceremonies that certain orishas require. Like Oba requires certain ceremonies and Asohano requires certain ceremonies, and people, because of lack of knowledge or because of lack of faith or lack of Ache or just simple laziness, do not want to do certain ceremonies and take certain steps. So then they began to do Oro for some of these more obscure orishas. For example, also, the orisha Olokun is another one that all children of Olokun were being crowned to Yemaya. So it would be Yemaya Oro Olokun. So that because they would say silly things like Olokun is too much of a mystery. You can't put the same thing that will be said with Agayu. People will say Agayu is too hot, he's a volcano, etc., etc. You can't put the volcano on somebody's head, this and that, which makes no sense, because at the end of the day, they're saying that about Agayu. You cannot put the volcano on someone's head, yet you put the cemetery on someone's head, you put the ocean on someone's head, you put mountains on someone's head, you put thunder on someone's head. It makes no sense. The excuses that certain people use for the constant use of Oro. Now, hypocritically enough, I myself have crowned through Oro. I have crowned one of my godchildren through Oro, mainly to please them more than anything else. But I am pro the expansion of crowning direct. If you're a child of Olokun, you need to find someone who wants to crown you Olokun direct on your head, not Yemaya or Olokun. If you're a child of Inle, you should find someone who wants to crown you Inle direct, not Yemaya or Inle. If you're a child of Oba, you should be crowned Oba direct, not Ochun or Oba. Some people would also do, for example, for Asohano. There were different variations. Some people would crown Ochun Oro Asohano, and some people would crown Obatala Oro Asohano. So different things got developed in order to not allow certain priesthoods to develop and to expand. And if you notice one of my other videos, recent videos called Expansion of the Orisha Faith or the Yoruba Faith, I'm speaking about reintroductions of ceremonies back into the community. So nowadays, as of this recording, there's a lot more people being initiated into all these other rare orishas like Asohano and Oba and Olokun and Inlex and Agayu, for example, who are being crowned direct, okay, directly into that. The orisha is going directly on their head rather than another orisha going on their head and then them being being placed as a priest of the orisha that was ruling their head through another one. Oro is a ceremony in which, or for the initiation of Oro, people do it because of the lack of because of the lack of knowledge. Now that we have expanded once again, thank the Orishas, back to sharing things and sharing information, we're able to initiate people into their direct Orisha and not have to go through Oro. I am okay with Oro. I respect everyone who has Oro crowned. Like I said, I have myself a godchild who is crowned through Oro, Yemaya, Oro Inle, and I respect the priesthood, although I am pro-direct. Everything, if your Orisha is Ochun, you should have Ochun crown on your head. If your Orisha is Obatala, you should have Obatala crown on your head. And if your Orisha is a Gayu, you should have a Gayu crown on your head. Your destiny, when you come into this religion, your destiny should be lived for you. Okay, for example, also I met someone a few days ago as of this recording. I met someone, a lady who was very obvious, spiritually was very obvious that she was a daughter of Oba. And when they did her Bahada, and everybody thought she was going to be a daughter of Oba, when they did the Bahada for her to mark her head, Oba spoke strongly in the sign that she opened into, and they wanted the madrina, the godmother, wanted Oba to be asked for, whereas the Oba, the one doing the reading, did not want to ask for Oba because he feared that Oba was going to close her too much and Oba was going to make her very secluded, etc., etc. Mind you that this lady is already closed and secluded and very shy type of person like Oba. So eventually he convinced the madrina to not ask for Oba and rather ask for Batala, who obviously took the head because Batala is an orisha that can go into anybody's head. So the lady was placed as a child of Batala when it was very clear that it was most probably going to be Oba who would have picked her head. So now they went back into the situation that prior to initiation, hopefully they're going to try and re-ask and see if Oba will take her head to try and crown her to Oba. That is a disaster. That is a complete and total disaster. If you're a child of Oya, you should be crowned to Oya. If you're a child of Chango, you should be crowned to Chango. If you're a child of Oba, be crowned to Oba. And if you're a child of Yewa, be crowned to Yewa, not through Oro. Because your Orisha, your Ori, has its own destiny. You have chosen, you chose, and the Orisha chose you to come down to this earth and manifest itself through you. Okay? And Oro technically, what it technically does is that it creates a block of the original energy that was supposed to go on your head, and it places another energy on your head that is not originally what was supposed, what was agreed between you and the Orisha in heaven between before the person reincarnated on earth. So Oro, like I said, is a ceremony of singing and rituals complementing one Orisha, but initiating the person to another Orisha that kind of resembles that or particular Orisha. For example, in the clear cases, Yemaya Oro Ingle. Yemaya Oro Ingle is always done because Yemaya and Ingle are husband and wife, are considered to be husband and wife. They're both deities of the ocean, and they share a lot of common things. Due to this connection between Yemaya and Ingle, that's why Oro was created, and so children of Ingle would be crowned to Yemaya with Oro to Ingle. Okay? As that happens, obviously the person originally, having agreed with Ingle to be a child of them before coming to Earth, now has another Orisha on their head. Again, I respect it. I'm okay with it to certain degrees, but I am not precisely pro Oro. I am pro direct. If you're a child of a particular Orisha, be crowned to that Orisha. For example, there's certain houses that children of Asohano, they don't want to crown Asohano directly to the head because they say that Asohano carries too many diseases and children of Asohano are always sick, etc., etc. Who are you? Who are you to determine what Orisha should go to the head or not? That's why the oracle is there. It is not our opinion. Our opinion does not matter. It's the oracle's opinion that matters. That's why you go to the feet of the Orisha, so that the Orisha can say, this head belongs to this Orisha. This head is a manifestation of this Orisha. If you are someone who cannot crown, for example, if you're someone who cannot crown Chango, and you have a godchild that comes out to be a child of Chango, your duty is to just simply say Maferefun la Ocha and pass on that head to someone else. But because people are greedy and because people care about money rather than religion, then they want to flip things around to their convenience to then switch the head from being Chango, and then they want to crown a Batala, or they want to crown something else, or they want to change the guardian angel or something so that they can crown it. You guys, as new beginners, whomever that's watching me that might be a new beginner to the religion, you have to be very cautious with that. You need to do your research, and this is why you need to make sure that your godparents, the people that you're trusting with your head, with your spiritual essence, are people worthy of your trust. People who want your benefit, not their benefit only. If you belong to an Orisha, if your head belongs to an Orisha, you should be ordained to that Orisha, not to another Orisha. If it happens like it has happened, a priesthood does not change. The minute that the person is crowned, they are ordained in the faith and they are part of the community, whether it was direct or through Oro. This opinion might change, it will change with time, because there's a lot more direct ceremonies being done of certain Orishas like Olokun, Agayu, Ingle, Oba, Yewa, Sohano are being crowned directly more often now than they were 30 or 40 years ago, because of fear and lack of information or resources or ache, in my opinion, because a lot of people get crowned but they don't expand their ache. I always look at people and I'm like, come on, you have ache on your head. Ache was placed by your godparents. Ache was placed by all the people in your ceremony. You need to be able to utilize that ache and make sure that if you're a son or a daughter of a certain Orisha, that you uphold that Orisha's worship to the maximum. That is your duty. So again, Oro is just simply a ceremony in which someone belongs to one Orisha, but they get crowned to another Orisha. They get crowned to the as a priest of this Orisha through another Orisha. Not completely right, not completely wrong. I am still pro-direct. Please remember that I do teach classes on the religion, private classes. I do teach classes on certain esoteric topics. You can send me a message or for a reading at sweetonydesigns@gmail.com. And please send me your comments, your concerns, and your topics for future videos. I love them all, and I will be seeing you guys in one of my next videos. Thank you guys so much for watching me. Pache. Accetto. Jewelry pieces for this video were courtesy of Orisha Couture by Bati Lemi. Asojano. In certain houses in Cuba, those orishas were not being crowned directly. So the ceremony of Oro was established in order to crown those orishas through another orisha, so that the person could initiate into the faith through another orisha in dedication to that orisha. For example, someone who was a child of Inle would be crowned Yemaya Oro Inle. So Yemaya will go to the head, whereas Inle will go to the other side. I don't want to get into I'm not going to get people in Cuba would crown Chango, Oro, Agayu. So the children of Agayu were crowned to Agayu through Chango. Why is this done? It was done because of the lack of certain ceremonies and the lack of Ache, in my honest opinion, and the fear of doing things which I am against, totally against. A lot of people in this religion initiate and they lack study, but mainly they lack getting to the details of the ceremony. But Yemaya will be the crowning orisha, and then Inle will be given Oro to. Oro is an expression saying homage, or an expression saying singing, that prayers and libations were given to that orisha as a way of initiating a child of Inle, for example, into the religion, but not crowning Inle direct. So it will be Yemaya Oro Inle. For another example, Orisha Agayu is one of them that a lot of Hi everybody, this is Asiel Baez on Day, making another video for you guys in YouTube. This video is called Oro versus Direct. What is Oro? And this is a very interesting topic. Oro is a ceremony that was developed in Cuba to initiate people who are children of a particular orisha that does not get crowned, or that was not being crowned directly in Cuba, through another orisha. What does that mean? For example, in Cuba, because certain secrets were lost and because there was changes in the community and changes in the faith, certain orishas like the orisha Inle, for example, the orisha Oba, the orisha Olokun, the orisha